my dear viewers, my participants, my well-wishers, and my patrons, those who regularly participate in my class, please join and learn how to write a Precis. The other day, I also wrote a Precis for you, but tonight I am very sorry for my late because I wanted to be online just at 9:40 p.m. But tonight I am late because many guests came to my house and I was busy. However, I have already posted in your in my channel the passage to be written as a Precis. And you know that Precis writing is, yes sir, I am online, but I have apologized at the beginning because I am late. And Precis writing is a common factor in WBCS men, PSC men, and also in UPSC examination. But how to write a Precis? Again, I want to just brush up your writing knowledge of Precis. I have already mentioned that Precis is a French term and here is CIS, but the pronunciation is Precis. Pronunciation is Precis and S is inarticulate or not pronounced because it is the rule of pronunciation of a French word like restaurant, debris, 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 etc. So, first of all, I want to remind you that go through the passage twice or thrice. When you get the question paper in your hand, go through the passage twice or thrice and underline the difficult words, the words that you cannot understand. Okay? No matter, you will be able to get the meaning from the surrounding words. To get the meaning from the surrounding words, you need not know the meanings of all the vocabularies. Clear? You need not know or need not understand the meanings of all the vocabularies. You will have to get the synopsis from the surrounding words. That is the main point of the Precis. So go through the passage twice or thrice and you may stumble over new words. You may stumble over new words. Don't worry. Just read or study okay, no problem sir. Second class doesn't matter. The matter is that you will have to crack this BCS examination or IAS examination. So in your graduation, whether you have got or obtained second class marks or first class marks, that doesn't matter. The matter is that you will have to crack the competitive examination. Okay? Just come to the point. The point is that when you stumble over new words, try to grasp the meaning from the surrounding words. Now, proceed. And after having finished reading, just come to the conclusion. Just come to the synopsis so that you can write your precis in 1/3 of the words in the passage. Remember, suppose the passage I have posted has 177 words. So what is the difference between summary and precis? You can write a summary within half of the words. Within half of the words in the passage. But you will have to write the precis in 1/3 of the words. So 177 divided by 3. Divided by 3 and the result is 59. But plus minus 5. Plus minus 5 means it may be 64, it may be 54. That doesn't matter. If your precis reaches 70 or 74 words, that doesn't matter. But the content must be in your precis. Okay, the content must be in your precis. Now, I also remind you that don't use first person or second person while writing the precis. Don't use first person or second person. First person means I, we, our, us. Clear? Second person you, your, thou, etc. And the entire precis should be written in third person. For example, suppose the passage begins with I. What will you do? The speaker, the narrator, the author, etc. You will have to use all these words. The speaker, the narrator, the author, etc. Another point is that never use comparison or contrast in your precis. Never use comparison or contrast in your precis. For example, his eyes were like forest pools. Her eyes were like forest pools. What will you write in your precis? She had very attractive eyes. She had very beautiful eyes, etc. You should not use comparison. For example, although he was poor, he helped the flood victims. No, although he was poor, you need not write. You should write he helped the flood victims. So never use comparison or contrast. It will increase your vocabulary and the number of words will increase. Okay. Another point you will have to remember, never use inverted commas, that is direct speech. For example, my friend said to me, let us arrange for a picnic. You may write, my friend proposed for a picnic, or proposed to arrange for a. May I use the same words from the passage? Yes. If you do not find, so remember, my dear viewer, writing a precis is an art. If you take the same word from the passage given, It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the content must be the same. Suppose in your examination hall, you cannot find out the exact synonym of that word. The exact synonym of that word. Then what will you do? You will have to write the same word. For example, he was quarrelsome. But you are not finding the word synonym quarrelsome. But the synonym, sir, আমার কি মাস্টার্স করা উচিত হবে? শুধু গ্র্যাজুয়েশন থাকলে বিসিএস দেওয়া যায়? Yes. You may be admitted to masters, but your target should be BCS. And if you want to crack BCS, I should suggest that you should not go to complete your or go to study your masters. You should be ambitious and you should have one ambition. Don't get your ambition divided in different ways. Clear? However, another example I am going to give you. Don't use direct speech. I have given you the example that my friend proposed to me for a picnic. For a picnic. You need not write, my friend proposed to me that we should arrange for a picnic. So the number of words will increase. As far as practicable, you will have to, as far as practicable, you will have to, yes, hi, I am very glad to have you in my class. Therefore, listen to me, listen to my words very attentively, follow the video very meticulously, and I hope that this video or this live streaming class will come to your benefit. Next is that you will have to write your Precis, but there must be a title, and the title should be verbless. The title should be verbless. Your title should not have any verb. Okay. Now, I have given you almost all the points of how to write a Precis. But now let us solve the problem. I am for you and you are for me. And my dear viewers, those who have joined my class are advised to, and rather I demand, a like, comment, share and a subscription. Nothing else. I have taken the passage, I have taken two paragraphs from Anton Chekhov's The Great Story, The Bet. The Bet is an interesting story, and I have taken two paragraphs as a passage. And your BCS or PSC clerkship mail or UPSC examination from the great literatures of the great minds, the passages will be set for Precis writing. Okay. In the second half of the 6th year, I am reading the paragraph or the passage, and I have already posted. You see, in the second half of the 6th year, the prisoner began jealously studying languages, philosophy, and history. Okay. He threw himself eagerly into these studies, so much so that the banker had enough to do get him the books he ordered. In the course of 4 years, some 600 volumes were procured at this request. It was during this period that the banker received the following letter from his prisoner. My dear jailer, I write you these lines in 6 languages. Show them to the people who know the languages. Let them read them. If they find not one mistake, I implore you to fire a shot in the garden. That shot will show me that my efforts have not been thrown away. The geniuses of all ages and of all lands speak different languages, but the same flame burns in them all. Oh, if you only knew what unearthly happiness my soul feels now from being able to understand them. The prisoner's desire was fulfilled. The prisoner's desire was fulfilled. The banker ordered 2 shots to be fired in the garden. Now, what is the synopsis? I have gone through the passage. The synopsis is that the prisoner who was in a jail, that is, there was a bet between the prisoner and the banker. And in the second half of the 6th year, অর্থাৎ এই 6 বছর সময় তার যে মাঝখানে, সেইখানে সে কি কি পড়েছে? ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজেস, ফিলসফি, history, voraciously. I have used the term voraciously. Here he has used the term jealously. Clear? এইগুলো পড়াশোনা সে করে ফেলেছে এবং পরবর্তীকালে সে আরো সে পড়তে চায় এবং 600 ভলিউমস তার ডিমান্ড। The prisoner demanded 600 volumes to read in the prison cell. Okay. Now, during this time, the banker received a letter from the prisoner. And what was the content of the letter? লেটারের বিষয়বস্তু কি? লেটারের বিষয়বস্তু হলো যে সে এই চিঠিটা 8টা ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে লিখেছে। He has written the letter in 6টা ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে লিখেছে, 6 languages, and without any sort of mistake, he wrote the letter in 6 languages. এবং সে দাবি করেছে যদি একটুও ভুল যায় পণ্ডিত ব্যক্তিদেরকে দেখানোর পর, তাহলে সে বাগানে একটা গুলি ছুটতে পারে, সেটা প্রমাণ করবে যে আমার ভুল গেছে। কিন্তু পড়ে দেখা গেল, আফটার হ্যাভিং read the letter, the scholars came to the conclusion that there was no mistake in the letter, and that is why the banker fired 2 shots at the end. So I have understood the content of the passage. Okay. And what I have done, in your description box I will type the Precis I have written. You see that if you like it, you will At least type that you have liked or not. Because to be the master of writing Precis is a very difficult job. The title will be given later. I have written like this. You see that in a piece of paper, it is the piece of paper, and I have written. In the 6th year, the prisoner studied languages, philosophy, and history voraciously. What is the meaning of voraciously? গোগ্রাসে। গোগ্রাসে অর্থাৎ যা পায় তাই খায়। We say that he is a voracious reader. Say গোগ্রাসী পাঠক। So I have written, in the 6th year, the prisoner studied languages, philosophy, and history. You see that you asked me, or you have asked me, if I can use the same language from the passage. So what can I do? There I have used 3 words: languages, philosophy, and history. All these are subjects, the name of the subjects. So what have I to do? I have used these words, okay? Voraciously, necessitating, participle has effect, necessitating the banker to supply him with 600 volumes. Again I am repeating. Again I am repeating. In the 6th year, the prisoner studied languages, philosophy, and history voraciously, necessitating, necessitating, the banker to supply him with 600 volumes. Full stop. The banker received a letter from the prisoner in which means in the letter, in which he claimed that he had written the words in 6 languages. In 6 languages without any mistake. Without any mistake. He wrote to fire a shot if there was any mistake. He wrote to fire a shot if there was any mistake. He also wrote that all geniuses think in the same way. That means the great brains, the great minds think alike. In the same way, the banker ordered for firing 2 shots because there was no mistake. The scholars, the readers found that it was a flawless letter. It was a flawless letter. Clear? The banker ordered for firing 2 shots in the garden finally. Okay. Now what should be the title? The title should be The Prisoner's Success, or the prisoner's progress in achieving education in the prison cell, or the prisoner's success in the bed. The prisoner's success in the bed, BT bed. Clear? All these. So you should have a mastery over language. Language means your stock of words. You see that I have used voraciously, I have used necessitating, all these words instantly in the examination hall. Everything depends upon your reading. When you are reading the passage, your attention must not be divided into different corners. You must concentrate on your reading and try to grasp the meaning from the surrounding words. If you stumble over the new words, it doesn't matter. This is my way of writing a Precis. So thanking all of you. Good night. I have done my task and I am writing it in your description box. Follow the Precis, and I have already posted the passage in my channel. Follow, and tomorrow again I will deal with report writing, because the examinations are knocking at your door, and I will also make a video on synonym and antonym for WBCS preliminary examination. That will be a video. Okay. Good night. Stay safe, stay mellow, and like, comment, share, and subscribe my channel, and easy step to English grammar, if you feel that this video comes to your benefit. Good night. Sir, please উত্তর দেন। স্যার আমি চাচ্ছি মাস্টার্স পরে করতে, মাস্টার্স না থাকলে কি? No problem. There are many students I know who were my students too. They graduated with honors in physics, they graduated with honors in chemistry, and also an MBBS student cracked WBCS examination, and now he is a successful officer. So there will be no problem. I can assure you of the fact that masters doesn't matter. But I can suggest that if you do your masters, your volume of knowledge will increase. Your knowledge when you are doing your graduation and your knowledge when you complete your masters, there is a gulf of difference. So for maturity you can do your masters, but if you want to crack your WBCS examination or UPSC examination or PSC main, etc., there will be no problem. Graduation is the only platform. It has no impact on BCS. All of my students are, many, not is wrong, many of my students have graduated with honors and then they cracked WBCS examination. Okay, I can assure you. Good night. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, please.